All right, so I'm gonna get my raw and unfiltered opinion really quick on the GameStop situation. Some of you guys might not like my opinion. I might have hot takes. I'm not gonna say too much, and I mean, some people probably agree with me at this point. And I also have a squeaky fucking chair. Let's get into it. Right now, we are down 12% today on the stock, up about 2% after hours, after being down 39% on Friday, and about what we were up like 70ish percent the week prior, from the beginning of the week, midweek. Yeah. Anyway, so we hit that high of what, like 48, and then in May we had that high of 64.83. Right now we again are sitting at 25.25. Um, so yeah, I can't really give you an opinion on where the stock's going to go because it's not a fundamental based company, as we all know at this point. It is all momentum based and it is all meme based, and it is a people trying to get a piece of the pie, which I'm going to get into of why I have a problem with it in a second. You know what? No, fuck it. I'm going to get into it right now. My problem with it is that the pie is mostly owned now by either rich as hell GameStop executives or fucking Roaring Kitty. $400 million, right? My God, man. Fucking hell. I mean, even if GameStop went to like what? $10, this guy would still have enough money for 10 retirements, 10 lives. I mean, 385 million was his peak. I think he was even up more than that a little bit at first. We steadily went down the entire day of the live stream, um, which I can't tell you exactly why because there was a lot of hype. I don't know. There was a lot of hype up until that point, but of course it was getting halted. But it wasn't getting halted really until the live stream started and right before, and you saw contracts were going up to weekly contracts were going up to 1,500 IV, and next week's were 500. It's crazy. I mean, swinging calls or puts were it was really fucking risky. Either one was really risky. Um, and yeah, I mean, some people got burned on it, which again is another thing that I want to bring up is that yeah, if it's all for memes and the short squeeze and killing the hedge funds. I mean, but some people actually put their life savings into this because they wanted that piece of the pie. And again, everybody's responsible for their own trades, their own money. It's just it brings me back to this guy. This guy knows this, and he knows he has 500,000 people sitting in uh, a live stream, right? And he was able to move a stock what like 100, 200% just by tweeting a meme and then sending out a picture of his position, right? So I mean, I'm guessing that he assumed that if he came on live stream or even announced a live stream, yeah, he thought it could soar. But this guy has he has a personal foot in this, right? Which again, it's my only problem with it is how much of a personal foot he has in it. Of course, if it went down to $10, he'd still have enough money for 10 lives. But it just I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me knowing that he kind of played. I mean, the government did as well. The government's most responsible for this. SEC is most responsible for it. The halting, most responsible for it. Um, but then again, even without the halting, it's not like when the halting stopped, people were buying. If you have 500,000 people, I don't know if you saw some of the volume on these candles. It's absolutely nuts, dude. It's so nuts. Come on now. I mean, 4 million. Jesus Christ. Let's see the 5 minutes. Give me that 5 minutes. I mean, we're hitting a million a candle, dude. 5 minutes. That's ridiculous. Now you can see like candles that don't have much volume. It's like a tenth of that, right? Less. I mean, yeah, it's nuts. Anyway, point being is you have 500,000 people. If they all just bought one share and all bought, right? You're sending GME to the moon. Um, which again, it's like I'm on I'm on the side of this and the little guy. Yeah, but in a way, it is insider trading. But I mean, shit, if you're gonna take this guy down, take down all the politicians or anybody else who does it at the end of the day. Um, but yeah, I mean, 500,000 people sitting in a live stream, and during the breaks of the halts, it wasn't moving that much. I mean, we were what bouncing between $32 and $36, and it was going back and forth. It would halt, and then it would unhalt, and then whatever people would sell. I mean, it just feels like there's enough people in here that would bag hold, enough to the point that it would go up and it wouldn't just sell after it became unhalted. So I mean, unless there was a manipulation thing going on here, which I mean, very well could have been. Um, Jesus Christ! I mean, I just realized he has his gains on screen here. Look, days gains. Holy shit! Minus $237 million. Holy fucking shit, bro! Oh, this man did not get beat up by the SEC. He got beat up by the fucking market. Holy fuck. Anyway, my point being is don't be careful with investing in this stuff. Don't throw your entire life savings in it, especially for a guy who personally already has $100 million still, even though GME is at like 25 now. Be careful. Trade safe. Um, if anybody has any questions about this, leave it in the comments because I'd like to talk about it a lot more, but I can't even think about what else to talk about right now. I mean, yeah, the stream was just a whole lot of nothing. It really felt like, and again, it's because he couldn't talk. He knew he couldn't talk. I mean, at this point, again, you have 500,000 people in your stream. It's basically insider trading, and that many people, drop of a dime will buy when you say so. It goes soaring. But again, a lot of this just seemed like people were in it for the meme and didn't even want to get in like that bad. They just wanted to see what was going to happen. I mean, the first time I feel like it was more of a FOMO thing, and people ended up holding the bag because by the time it got to $100, people were like, "Fucking hell, I could have had 600% in what 2 weeks?" And down at the bottom, nobody wants to buy at the bottom because you don't know if it's going to start moving or not. Anyway, I don't know. It was risky plays. I blame the halt. I don't know. I don't know Roaring Kitty's true intentions. I'd like to know what you guys think. I mean, at the end of the day, why would he even care? I mean, he already has 100 million. But I mean, shit. Fucking $500 million gives you some power. It really does. Last thing I'll say to end off the video is don't get me wrong, right? I do not blame Roaring Kitty by any means, and I do not know what his intentions are. I do know what the SEC's intention are, and that is to quote unquote protect people, which is mostly the big guy. Um, the second thing, so don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing against Roaring Kitty. There's nothing against people who invested in this. I believe in the movement, and it is a fucking meme at the end of the day. That's that. The second thing I wanted to say is that I think him showing off his portfolio may have hurt him more than it helped. It did go up when he initially showed, but it was mostly of a, he's still holding kind of reaction. But once people saw how much he actually had, it almost felt like they were, at least to me, it's like I'd feel like I'm being taken advantage of. Yeah. Because I'm playing this short cat and mouse game going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But this guy, since he had all the power, it's almost like if you knew you could buy a stock with the next day, if you sent out a single tweet, it'll go up. I mean, fucking hell. You know, I don't know. All I'm saying is when I'm on the other side of this, looking at this, what I'm seeing is people essentially being used. And again, I'm not saying that's his intentions at all by any means. It probably isn't. It probably isn't. But I mean, shit, like 145 million. Oh, God. I don't know. It just felt like he had too much of a personal stake in it with too much power behind it. And it just felt like if I bought a stock for $1 and I knew if I tweeted some shit out, it would go up to fucking 12. Why would I not buy and why would I not tweet it out? That's all I'm saying. And I bought before everybody because I knew. I knew I had that power. Anyway, that's that. Uh, anyway, trade safe. Trade safe, stay safe, and have a good night, everybody. I will see you tomorrow.